Let's talk about this Axios report talking about the Biden Democrats behind the scenes very concerned about this debate. There's a report here saying it's unclear to many of us watching from the outside whether the president and his core team realize how dire the situation is right now and whether they even have a plan to fix it. This is scary. That per Axios today. I don't know, Trump's plan is definitely not 7 days of rest and relaxation.
I'll tell you that is for sure. The Democrats are clearly in disarray and are very worried about Joe Biden being on a debate stage with President Trump for more than next week. Joe Biden hastily committed to this debate on the Howard Stern radio show a few months ago against the wishes of his advisors, and then they were forced to accept President Trump's challenge to debate anytime, anywhere, any place. So here we are, a week out. They are locking Joe Biden in the White House basement, sending him to Camp David for some much-needed rest after his very embarrassing gaffes on the world stage at the G7 last week, and also at his fundraiser with Obama, where he had to be ushered off of the stage. So Biden needs all the rest he can get. He needs all the prep he can get because his policies have been indefensible. And this debate is going to be a great opportunity for President Trump to highlight his strength versus Joe Biden's weakness and highlight his record of success with Joe Biden's failures.
I'd like to get your reaction to Mitt Romney, who made some comments after sitting down with a meeting. I mean, we know that the Democrats will go after Trump. They'll call him a convicted felon. They'll, use all the talking points here, say Biden's just cheap fakes. But here's a Republican, Mitt Romney, saying he's still anti-Trump and speaking this way to, of course, CNN.
I didn't go there to support former President Trump. I went there to listen to what he was planning on doing if he became president. With President Trump, it's a matter of personal character. I draw a line and say when someone has been actually found to have been sexually assaulting, that's something I just won't cross over in the person I would want to have as president of the United States.
I mean, what does that serve? Donald Trump clearly trying to unify the party, talking about policies for Americans, and then you have this, and that is not actually even accurate, Karoline. Your reaction to Mitt Romney's comments there?
Well, those are lies coming out of that man's mouth. And President Trump is unifying this great Republican Party. And if we want to talk about character, let's talk about the character of Joe Biden, who used his son, who was addicted to drugs, as his bag man, sent him all around this world, engaging in corrupt foreign business dealings to rake in millions of dollars for Biden's family. He sold out his access as a senator and as the former vice president of this country to enrich himself. Joe Biden also has a grandchild that took him years to even acknowledge. Joe Biden has a history of racist remarks. He supported segregation in this country. He's on the record saying many racist things throughout his entire career. So if we want to talk about character, we should talk about the character of our current commander-in-chief, who is currently the weakest, most incompetent, and corrupt president this country has ever had.
Karoline, love it. Good to have you in today, Trump 2024 campaign spokesperson. Take good care.
Thank you.